Hi and welcome to oSchoalrs tutorial. I'm Jay and this tutorial we're talking about term arms. Each time somebody happens to be the person that logged into his account and he's a vice principal. Now if we go down the page, we'll see the dashboard through which you can actually create this particular term arms. What we mean by term arms is this: the assignment of arms to different classes for any particular term. Now, for example, for this particular current session, you may find out that in a school, the school may be having SS1E, SS2E, SS1E, SS1B, SS1C. Then it may happen that in the next session, the arms will no longer be only A, B, and C. The arm will be SS1, A, B, C, D, E. And in another session, we may find out that the arms that existed in that session may have been SS1, A, and B only. Now, we find out that under these conditions, we can actually configure or can actually, at the beginning of each particular term, we can actually assign or specify the particular arms that exist for the classes in that particular term across the whole classes of the school. This parameter will be used to specify the student that actually belongs to that particular arm, the teacher that teaches the different subjects in those particular arms, and every other items on the platform usually works on the particular setting. So this particular setting, along with the creation of term and sessions, is usually the first thing that the ICT admin and the vice principal actually creates at the commencement of this particular term. Now, when we want to do this or do the already existing one, we'll do it by actually using either of create term arm or view term arms that already existing on the platform. Now, when we use this dashboard, we will be working on the term that is marked as current. While if we want to work on forthcoming term or previous term, we use this particular button and we'll have access to any of those terms. This one is 2017-2018 second term, which happens to be a forthcoming term according to the setting of this application. Then we can use this particular place to create any term arm we wish and review already existing term arm for that particular forthcoming session. Then for this particular previous term, we can also do that. We can also use this button to create for the previous term or to view the ones that were created for that previous term. Now we'll be working on this current term and we'll click on this particular place. We'll be presented with a form in which we are going to fill our parameters. Now you can find out that it will automatically select the already existing term for us because we are using the main dashboard. This is 2014-2015 term, which according to the application is the current term. Then we can select the class which we want to create for. We can specify the one to create SS3 and we can specify that the arm we want to create for is X. So we'll be having SS3 and X, SSS3 X as a particular term arm on this particular platform for 2014-2015 term. So therefore, we can actually have students that are in this particular class. We can have teachers that teach subjects in this particular arm, the formats of this particular arm, and we can have every other information assigned to SSS3X. Now, when we click on this particular save button, this item will be saved and we can start using it. Any person that's supposed to use it across the whole application, it now confirms to us that the term arm was saved successfully. It tells us the particular term it belongs to, the class of it, and the arm, and this becomes active. We can view. If we go back to that particular interface, we see that is the option of creating for only one particular arm. We can decide to create 2 or 3 or 4, or as the case may be, term arms at the same point in time. We're using a multiple tab and clicking on this multiple, we can create multiple term arms at the same time without having to go through the hassle of creating each of them one by one. Now we have this this interface, and using this interface the particular term that is there already is 2014-2015 third term, and the class is we can use another that same class, and we can specify that I want to create B and X at the same point at the same time. And when we click on this save button, we'll be having SSS3B and SSS3Y created as term and that exists for this particular term 2014-2015 term. And this particular parameter we can then use this across so many other features on the application to actually classify teachers, students, and every other thing on the platform. Now we can review the existing one. If we click on this, we find out that we have access to editing or viewing the one we have created. We have SSS3X. That is the one we just created, and it's assigned a position as 1. It means that this position is like if you look at this particular one, we have SS2E is 1, SS2B 2, SS3, SS2D 4. This will help in ranking the particular term and in such a way that SS2E and A will always come before B, B before D. You understand this particular positioning? That's the same way. That is what this thing works with. It actually puts the position where the ICC had been assigned to these arms when he was creating them, and also he assigned another class general to this particular classes when he was creating them. Now we can actually edit it. For example, we can edit this one to actually reflect another this thing. You can write and prefer to use let's say B. If we edit it, it will reflect like that. And use this interface to access this. You find out that when you edit it, it will automatically update and shows the name of the person that edited it. This was the previous state. It was the same person that created it and edited it from X to B. Then we can decide to deactivate this one entirely, and we find out that whenever you want to specify students to any particular this particular SSS3B will no longer be part of the options thing. Now we have that the one we just saved is a reference here already as we edited it from X to what B. Now we can decide to deactivate it entirely from the application, and the option will no longer be available. If we assign student to that, we find out that this somebody made this modification and he changed this one from active list to active none. It means that it has already made that the data was successfully deactivated. Now when we get back to that place, we'll have that it will have another it will no longer be active, shown on this particular place again. Then we can decide to download this whole information as a Excel sheet, and if you click on this, it will be downloaded as an Excel sheet. Now this particular concept or this particular setting which we have decided to content and will have a very unique role display on the whole application, and is on this place that you can actually set up the arms that you have in each term, and it goes a long way to actually demarcating the data according to the different classes or the years which they actually existed on the platform. Thank you for checking out this tutorial. We look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial, and make sure your school is signed up on oSchoalrs. Goodbye.